You gotta love the weather in Mobile, so let's take a ride. In this video, I'm gonna show you the hottest neighborhoods in all of Mobile, Alabama. Now I'm standing in front of the Ridgefield neighborhood, and this place is absolutely gorgeous. It's right off of Airport Boulevard in the heart of Mobile. But we're gonna explore all over Mobile, so let's dive in and take a ride. Hey, my name is Jeff Jones with Keller Williams right here in the beautiful city of Mobile, Alabama. I absolutely love getting to do this, making videos about this incredible city that I've lived here my entire life. That's 47 years, but I absolutely love it. And what I also love is when my phone rings and I look down and it's a number I don't recognize from somebody outside of Alabama, and they're calling because they want to know information about the details of moving here. Hey, I mean, what's it really like living in Mobile? So I love getting those phone calls, text messages, emails. Call the number on the screen, shoot me an email, reach out any way you want, and I'll be happy to help you in the process of moving to this incredible place that I call home, Mobile, Alabama. So Llanfair in the heart of Mobile, and you can tell by looking at this house, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is a great example of a flip. You know, they took a house that was older and they put a lot of money into it and really did some amazing upgrades. So just in the last 6 months, there have been 5 houses that have sold in Llanfair. The average price per square foot, about $140 a square foot, and the average price of the home is somewhere around $390. So this is a very strong area with property values that continue to rise. In fact, I showed a house here to a buyer about a month ago, and it was really cool to go inside the house and to hear the story that the owners talked about, how they have get-togethers down at the inn. There's a park, and we'll show the park in a minute, but just a great sense of community. They were telling stories about kids playing together, all those things. So this area, the property value just keeps going up. Take a look around, it's gorgeous. So we're on Airport Boulevard. We're on the way from Llanfair to another neighborhood called Jackson Heights. Now, Jackson Heights has been around in Mobile for a very long time. And for anyone who's watched the show Coming to America, you know that Jackson Heights was referenced by Reverend Brown. He said Jackson Heights' own was responsible for Mr. Randy Watson. But of course, that was in the Bronx and not Mobile. But we're gonna take a little tour of Jackson Heights and show you what's going on. The average price is going to be around $250. Price per square foot, you're looking at about $100 to $110 a square foot. And in the last 6 months, there have been 11 homes. Now, one thing you'll notice, in fact, look to the right, you'll see right over here, people, they really love taking care of their yards here. A lot of attention to that. And another thing you'll notice is there are a lot of flips that are starting to happen in Jackson Heights. And what that means, you're going to drive through, you're going to see some dumpsters in the yard, but that's a good sign because it means that investors, well, when you're an investor, you take money and you sow it into something because you know you're going to get a return on your investment. And that's what people are doing in Jackson Heights. So let's take a look around. One thing I hear a lot about people who reach out to me, you know, they want to know what the area is like, trees, grass, all those kind of things. It's so different in Mobile. This house, I mean, look at the amount of pine trees in this property. It has got to be a nightmare to rake, but it is a beautiful house. And one thing that's great about living in Jackson Heights is it's right across the street from the brand new Publix, and that is a great grocery store. And now we're continuing down Airport, heading down to Ridgefield, where you're going to be blown away. So let's take a drive through Ridgefield. Absolutely gorgeous neighborhood. There have been 5 homes that have sold here in the last 6 months, and the average price per square foot, about $115 per square foot. And then the average price on the home, you're looking at about 400 to 425,000, and you will see why. Some of these places are breathtaking. All right, I'm gonna pull over. I want you to think about something. Just imagine, get off work, come home, take your dog for a walk. I mean, look at these oak trees. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is a place, after work, you come home, you pull in and you feel like, finally, I'm home. I love this place. Another neighborhood on Airport Boulevard, it's right across the street from Providence Hospital, the Walmart, and Zaxby's, which holds a special place in my heart. Now, I'm not giving any shade to Foosackly's, but Zaxby's is great, is Huntley Woods. So we're gonna turn in here, give you the grand tour. Has sidewalks, beautiful oak trees, so much to offer, and very convenient. This place, I mean, look at the oak trees. Look at that. How cool is that? Wow. Beautiful sidewalks, beautiful oak trees. People move in here and they tend to stay for a while. So in the last 6 months, only 3 homes have sold. The average price around $200, $205, and the average price per square foot about $108. So lots of flips too. Keep that in mind. People are coming in, they're investing because they know, because of the location and so many other factors, that property value will continue to go up. So this area, absolutely beautiful neighborhood. So we're leaving Huntley Woods and we're heading across Hillcrest Road, which is a very, very busy road. And we're gonna go all the way from Airport over to Cottage Hill. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that you've got these main roads that run east to west in Mobile. You've got Airport Boulevard, you've got Cottage Hill Road, and those are the main roads that people travel when they're going that direction. So during traffic times, it can be pretty congested, but if you want to get around, that's the way to do it. So we'll show you a few highlights on Hillcrest Road as we're leaving Huntley Woods, going all the way over to another neighborhood, and it too, well, I can't say it's one of my favorites because honestly, all of these are my favorites. So let's see what we can find. So let me talk with you guys a little bit about pizza in Mobile. Now, my favorite is New York style pizza, and there's an amazing pizza place right over here on the right called Nino's Pizza. Now, the reason I like it the most is, if you'll notice, Keller Williams' office where I work, it's right there, and you can literally walk through one little shopping center, and Nino's Pizza is right there within walking distance. Now, I have to be honest and say, it's very common for me to eat there at least once a week. And I'll have to admit that I've done it 3 times. We're not going to talk about that anymore, but the pizza is amazing, and it's the real deal. Like when you go in there, there's not this pizza waiting on you. They make it for you right there. So check out Nino's Pizza. It is a must. Now, we're also passing another neighborhood called Sugar Creek, and I actually talk about that in another video, but you can see Sugar Creek, it is again one of my favorite neighborhoods. Now, I talk a little bit about that in the other video, where in the 80s, if you lived in Sugar Creek, I mean, you were big time. Of course, that was when I was in school, and what has happened with that neighborhood, it has just continued to rise and rise, people doing flips. So another great neighborhood that we won't talk about in this video, but that's because I already talked about it in another video, but it'll be linked below in the comments, and you can check all the details on Sugar Creek. So we're turning off of Cottage Hill onto Lloyd's Lane, and Lloyd's Lane is this quiet little road that drops you right off into another amazing neighborhood called Muir Woods. Check this out. I mean, the entrance is amazing. So Muir Woods, I mentioned in other neighborhoods where sometimes people really like to stay for a while. Well, obviously that's the case here because they've only had 4 houses sold in the last year. The average price per square foot, about $109 a square foot, and then the average price of the home, you're looking at about $420. So higher value, higher price home, but good price per square foot. You get a lot of home in Muir Woods. for your dollar, and I'm telling you, this place is gorgeous. Now we're leaving Muir Woods and we're gonna go all the way down Cottage Hill to a neighborhood. I actually sold a house in this next neighborhood. It's called Marchfield, and it is beautiful, as you can tell, but it's probably one of the smallest neighborhoods that I'm featuring today. But I can't wait. My buyer's actually closing on the property in the next few days, and I told him, I said, man, this place is like an oasis. He's gonna love it. So we're on Cottage Hill, and we're actually going to be right next to Cottage Hill Baptist Church. It's one of the biggest churches I've ever seen. I mean, that place is huge, but we're going down Cottage Hill, headed east, and we're going to make a right on Japonica. So that's where Marchfield is, and it's a beautiful neighborhood. And here we are, just off of Cottage Hill, Marchfield. So in Marchfield, just in the last 6 months, they've sold 4 houses. The average price per square foot, it's a little bit more than some of the other neighborhoods, but it's $119 per square foot. And then the average home price, you're looking at about $425. In fact, one just closed this week. I think it closed at like $545 or something. So there's some really nice homes in here. Again, Mobile, I mean, how beautiful is this? All these oak trees, the sidewalks. This place is gorgeous. Regency Oaks. Now, I actually sold a house in Regency Oaks about a month and a half ago, so I know the neighborhood well, but it's very established. It has some really nice big houses in the front, and then in the back, it has some massive, huge houses. So we're going to cover both of those areas. But this place, in the last year, there have been 9 homes that have sold, and it is amazing. So Regency Oaks, the average price per square foot is about $110, and the average price for the house sold, and like I said, in the last year, you're looking at about $320. So I'm going to take a turn in here and show you some houses, and give you an example of a flip, some of the things that investors are doing. So I was gonna show you a house that I was gonna give you some details on a flip, but as we rode by, there were a bunch of cars out in front, so I can't exactly do that. But here's the deal. So in this neighborhood, you know, a great scenario would be to pick up a flip, maybe for $175,000, $200,000, put, you know, $75,000 to $100,000 in it, and then you can sell it for $375,000, $390,000, because the value is there. This is one of the oldest, most, I guess, you know, like just a very well-established neighborhoods in Mobile. Everybody knows about Regency Oaks. And then across the street, there's Regency, which is a little less expensive, but still great area, sidewalks, and it's close and convenient to everything. Now, before we wrap up, you know, I mentioned there's some nice big houses in the front, and then in the back, there's some massive houses. Check this out. I mean, the first time I drove down this street, I could not believe it. Wow, look at that one on the right. Just incredible, incredible houses. You know, I get reach outs from people from all around the country, and they talk about their massive budgets, you know, $1 million, 900,000, whatever. And then they come to Mobile, and you realize that you could get a house like this in this neighborhood for like 450, 500,000. You know, that one might be a little more, but your dollar goes a long way in Mobile, Alabama. So that's one of the reasons people are moving from around the country to Mobile, because of the cost of living. It's incredible. And that's it, folks. Hey, wrapping up the neighborhood tour at one of my favorite places, Foosackly's Chicken Fingers, made in Mobile, and it is absolutely amazing. But hey, I tell you what, if you have any questions, in fact, I want you to leave a comment below. Suggest a neighborhood or an area of Mobile that you want to see a tour of, and we will add it to the list. We're getting reach outs every single day from people who want to know about Mobile, the city of Mobile, the details of what it's like actually moving to the city of Mobile. So let me know if I can help you. Hey, call the number on the screen, shoot me a text message, or drop me an email. Any way I can help, I'll be happy to do it because I love getting to do this. My favorite city where I've lived my whole life, all 47 years. And now it's time to eat.